The Norwegian Fjords. A brief history and 10 amazing facts. Norway's fjords are among the most dramatic landscapes on Earth. Deep, narrow inlets carved by glaciers and surrounded by towering cliffs. They are celebrated not only for their breathtaking beauty, but also for their cultural, geological, and ecological significance. From Viking history to modern-day tourism, the fjords tell a story that connects the ancient past with the present. A brief history of the Norwegian fjords. The word fjord comes from Old Norse, fjrr, which means where you travel across, or passage of water. These natural formations were shaped during the last ice age, around 10,000 to 12,000 years ago, when glaciers carved deep valleys into the landscape. As the ice retreated, seawater flooded these valleys, forming the fjords we see today. The fjords played a vital role in the survival and culture of early Norwegians. The steep terrain made overland travel difficult, so the fjords became essential waterways. Villages, farms, and trading posts developed along the shores, creating a society dependent on fishing, farming, and seafaring. The fjords also gave rise to the legendary Vikings. Between the 8th and 11th centuries, the fjords served as launching points for Viking expeditions across Europe, shaping history far beyond Norway. In the Middle Ages, fjord communities were relatively isolated. The harsh geography made it difficult to establish large cities, so life revolved around small coastal villages. Over time, however, trade routes expanded, and Bergen, located near the fjords, became a bustling hub of the Hanseatic League in the 14th century. In the modern era, the fjords transitioned from being Norway's lifelines of transport and commerce to becoming global icons of natural beauty. With industrialization and better infrastructure, many Norwegians left rural fjord communities for urban centers. Yet, ironically, this shift helped preserve the fjords' pristine environments. Today, fjords are not only vital ecosystems, but also a central feature of Norway's tourism industry, drawing millions of visitors annually. The fjords also hold cultural importance. They inspire art, folklore, and music, embodying the mystical side of Norwegian identity. UNESCO has recognized several fjords, like Geirangerfjord and Fjord, as World Heritage Sites, cementing their status as global treasures. 10 amazing facts about the Norwegian fjords. 1. They were carved by glaciers. The fjords are essentially nature's art gallery, created by glaciers during the Ice Age. As the ice carved deep valleys into the earth, it left behind dramatic U-shaped formations filled with seawater. This glacial origin explains why fjords are so deep and surrounded by steep cliffs. Some fjords plunge over 1,300 meters, 4,265 feet, beneath sea level, making them among the deepest natural inlets in the world. 2. Norway has over 1,000 fjords, while the famous ones like Geirangerfjord, Hardangerfjord, and Sonefjord often steal the spotlight. Norway has an incredible number of fjords, over 1,000 scattered along its jagged coastline. Each fjord has its own character, from tranquil narrow inlets to vast waterways dotted with islands. This abundance of fjords makes Norway's coastline one of the most complex and longest in the world. 3. Sonefjord is the king of fjords. Sonefjord, also known as the King of the Fjords, is the largest and deepest fjord in Norway. It stretches over 200 kilometers, 124 miles, inland and reaches depths of 1,308 meters, 4,291 feet. Its sheer scale dwarfs visitors and has made it one of Norway's most iconic natural wonders. The surrounding areas boast stunning waterfalls, hiking trails, and historic stave churches. 4. The fjords have UNESCO protection. 2 of Norway's fjords, Geirangerfjord and Fjord, are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. They were recognized for their outstanding universal value due to their untouched natural beauty, geological significance, and ecological richness. UNESCO status helps preserve the fjords from overdevelopment and ensures that future generations can experience their grandeur. 5. Fjord ecosystems are unique. Fjord waters are often a mix of saltwater and freshwater due to rivers flowing into them. This creates layered ecosystems with unique marine life. In fact, fjords are rich in biodiversity. supporting fish, seabirds, seals, and occasionally whales. The cold, nutrient-rich waters make them important breeding grounds for Atlantic cod and herring, which historically sustain Norway's fishing communities. 6. Waterfalls cascade into fjords. One of the most breathtaking sights in Norway is the waterfalls that plunge directly into fjords. Famous examples include the Seven Sisters waterfall in Fjords, where 7 separate streams tumble down from the cliffs, and Våringfossen near Hardangerfjord, one of the tallest waterfalls in Norway. These waterfalls add drama to the already majestic landscapes. 7. The fjords influence Norwegian culture. The fjords are deeply woven into Norwegian folklore and identity. Myths and legends often describe trolls and spirits inhabiting the cliffs and mountains surrounding the fjords. Norwegian art, from Edvard Grieg's music to modern photography, often draws inspiration from the fjord landscapes. The fjords are more than scenery. They are symbols of Norway's natural and cultural heritage. 8. They are surprisingly accessible, despite their remote appearance. Fjords are relatively easy to explore. Cruise ships navigate deep into the fjords, while ferries and roads connect many communities. Scenic railways like the Flam Railway take visitors through steep valleys into fjord regions. This accessibility makes them a top destination for international travelers who want to witness dramatic natural landscapes without strenuous trekking. 9. Climate and agriculture thrive near fjords. The fjords create unique microclimates. Their waters regulate temperatures, making the surrounding land unusually fertile for northern latitudes. That's why you'll see orchards, vineyards, and farms along fjord shores. The Hardangerfjord region, for example, is famous for apple orchards and cider production. Farming communities have thrived here for centuries, relying on the fjords for both transportation and nourishment. 10. They are a top sustainable travel destination. Norway promotes sustainable tourism in its fjord regions, protecting the fragile ecosystems while welcoming visitors. Some fjords, like Fjord, are transitioning to zero-emission cruise ships by 2026 to reduce pollution. Locals emphasize eco-friendly travel, hiking, and cultural preservation, making the fjords not just natural wonders, but also models of responsible tourism. Conclusion: the Norwegian fjords are more than geographical features. They are time capsules of natural history, cultural heritage, and ecological richness. Born from glaciers thousands of years ago, they shaped Viking voyages, nurtured isolated communities, and today stand as symbols of Norway's identity. With their sheer cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and deep waters, fjords capture the imagination of millions of visitors each year. The 10 amazing facts highlight just how extraordinary these landscapes are, from their sheer numbers and ecological importance to their cultural impact and role in sustainable travel. Whether gazing at the grandeur of Fjord, listening to legends around Fjord, or tasting fruit grown in Hardangerfjord, one cannot help but feel that fjords are places where nature and humanity meet in harmony. Norway's fjords remind us of the Earth's power to shape, preserve, and inspire. They're not just destinations but living, breathing landscapes that continue to evolve, just as they have since the Ice Age. To witness them is to connect with both the deep past and the enduring spirit of Norway.